sudden, my whole body is just full of goosebumps. It's like something went shoom through my body. Goosebumps right through my body. And it was like an electric, almost like an electrical spiritual charge at the same time, went through my whole entire body. And this high angelic Devic being,
Wow.
she sang through me.
Wow.
And so I'm singing already, and it's pretty nice. And it's like an angel embodies me and sings with me. And what came out of me was, it was so incredible. And it was like it uplifted like 5 notches the whole entire place with this gargantuous, beautiful song and this sound. And right after that, it's very interesting. What happened is, we were supposed to go on for 10 minutes. As soon as that happened, right, Kimberly was monitoring with the phone to make sure, because we only had 10 minutes. They stopped us as soon as this gargantuous thing filled the room, and it was like, it was from heaven. They stopped us. They're like, stop, stop, stop. You guys got to stop. And because, I guess because of time, because they were running late. So it's very interesting. And afterwards, Kimberly said, she's like, they stopped us after, it was 7 minutes. It was 7 minutes that we were up there from start to finish. But in those 7 minutes, so it was like, wow, that's all it takes for the power of the divine to come through, and for those frequencies to come through. And it was amazing. And it has shifted me since. People were coming up to us and saying, you know, thank you, wow, that was really something. And what happened is, it shifted me. It just wasn't for, it was for that particular time.
Yeah.
What happened is, what I've come to know is, there were certain frequencies and there were certain tones. There were like 12 to 15 people in that room. They don't know it. However, there was a frequency tone that came through that they needed, that will change their life.
Wow.
It will change their course, because they needed that frequency. And since then, Todd, like I shifted. It's like my frequency is more attuned in every way, vibrationally, and especially, like, what a gift. It's a gift, but it's also part of the divine original blueprint to nature. And I'm talking to every aspect of nature. So I'm talking about having even a greater experience with nature. I'm starting to get used to it now, because in the very beginning, like, it shifted me right off the bat. Like, immediately I was different. And so the next day, I go to my normal place. I always go down to the land.
Yeah.
So I go down to the land, and I'm out in the land, and I'm being with the land. And so I get back in my car, and I'm driving on the street that I drive every single day, but it's all up through the mountain, you know.
Yeah.
I am looking, and I am going, wow. So suddenly I am seeing all the trees, every plant, every bush differently. I can see it, I can feel it on probably the 5th dimensional level now. And it is responding to me. It's like saying hi to me in this whole new way. And I'm driving, and I'm like, I'm hoping I can get home, because I'm having all this experience of all of this at a whole other level. And so it's everything, Todd. It's the water, and it's the sun, Solara. It's all the elements. It's the crystals. And what that means too is, what I've noticed is, I seem to have a greater ability to work with the water, work with the crystals on a more intimate, personal level. The Devas, we literally work in my field and like attune me. And I'm creating these technologies again to assist people with their water, because I'm realizing, because now I'm working so closely, and the water is so responding to me, and the crystals more than before. And so I can assist better and understand things of what's going on. And so this is this is what I believe is our crystalline DNA.
Yeah.
It's interesting that I'm hearing more and more information about the crystals and the crystalline resonance, and I am experiencing this in such a way. And what I see, Todd, is that, so this is who we are. I'm starting to understand what this ascension, more about what this ascension is about. This ascension is not exactly what I thought it was. It is like we are, like I'm becoming more, I have become more crystalline. And everything is heightened in a grander way, like a clearer way, like a stronger way, a more joyful, like just more joy, happier to be alive. Okay, so I'm hearing, I'm hearing that this is more of the fifth dimensional consciousness.
What you're describing, such as when you were driving and you were seeing everything with the clarity you were, thinking, how am I going to get home? Yeah. I can relate to this.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but I can totally relate to this. Over the last, what month is this? April? Well,
April, end of April. Yeah.
When Morgan got here, December 7th, I had about 6 weeks with the dragons, but after that, several experiences together, driving down the road, literally going from one into another dimension. You know, it was just, I guess we were going through thresholds, you know. Yeah. And actually she came back yesterday, and it kind of started last night. And had we not been so tired, I think we would have experienced something, which will probably come back tonight. You know, so I get what you. So let me ask you, can you go a little deeper? I guess maybe let me just state it. Maybe you can reaffirm it or expand on it, or both. So what you're describing is, which I think is the most important intel, is what you're experiencing, and therefore knowing is, as you're describing, the fifth dimension.
Yes.
And staying there for longer periods of time. So that's really, to me, the best intel we can have from you or whoever, because I can see it. I can feel it, what you're saying. Let me ask you now, did the people at what was the impact on the people when you and Kimberly got up there for 7 minutes? I mean,
yes. Well, I have to tell you that, so this has stayed with me.
Yeah.
This has stayed with me, and it will probably stay with me. It'll probably heighten. because I'm understanding so many things at such another level.
Yeah.
Because you have to be at this place to understand. I didn't expect ascension to actually happen this way, because back when, a few years ago, we're not expecting it to happen. I didn't expect it to happen through the crystals or the devas. However, I love what I'm experiencing. I love what I'm experiencing. Because I'm at this a higher frequency, it's like I'm able to communicate all the time and receive dispensation all the time from the higher beings.
Yeah.
But this is how I am all the time since this happened. Now, when we were there, it's a little hard to say, because I can tell you one thing that happened. It was interesting that it was only 7 minutes, and how powerful. I'm like, only in 7 minutes that happened. And I'm like, wow, there's 7 heavens. And in heaven,
Right.
when I went to the light and back, they told me there were 7 heavens.
I was telling Morgan today that over the last few days, and I think we were talking about it last night because we had some things that we observed, and that 7 has been coming into play over the last 10 days or so. It's been like in my face. I mean, it's just 7, 7, 7, 7.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine, like, 7 minutes? But see, Kimberly and I, we're so connected. And when we play, she's amazing when she plays.
I know.
She is so tuned in, and she will just harmonize with the energies, and she's so wonderful with me, because she'll assist me so much with the singing.
You guys are the 5D Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, and I remember her face too. But we have pictures of us, and we should have seen her face when she heard this coming out of me. She knew, and so we're up there 7 minutes. There was a little bit of a break, because this is a packed conference.
Yeah.
And so there was just a teeny bit of a break. So I remember people kept coming up, because we were walking, because we had to get her crystal bowls back to her car, and it's a lot to do with this conference. So as we're trying to get out, people are just coming up to us and saying, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much! Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you so much. That was amazing." And I remember looking at Kimberly, and Kimberly's like, "One, oh, oh," and so it was that, and then it's hard to say, because then they went into the other then they went in. I had people come up to me later and things like that. What happened was interesting, was that this whole thing was recorded. The show was recorded, and we got pictures, and I got pictures were taken, which were really pretty and nice. I was trying to get the video recording, because they recorded it, and you could have your video recording. And I was like, wow, I can't wait to get this, because I want to hear, because I was so full blown on, I was a full blown medium. Yeah. Channel. I mean, full blown. Yeah. I mean, I channel and I connect, but I'm talking, she embodied me. Yeah. And so it's a little different.
Who embodied you? Was it one singular?
It was an angel. It was a high. Okay. It was a high angelic Deva. Yeah. It was an angel. Yeah. But it was from the Devic realm. Yeah. And she sang her songs through me. Wow. And
now, do you have the video? I mean, have you received it? Have you gotten it?
Well, I was going back and forth, and I was trying to get the video, because I got the pictures. They gave us the pictures. The people who do the photography are excellent, and they give all the speakers, the people, a CD or a thumb drive of their pictures, and that's fabulously wonderful. And so I was back and forth on the computer, and I'm talking to the woman, and I'm trying to get the video, and she says to me, "Well, when you were up there was major phenomenon that was going on." and there was such phenomenon that was happening in the room, it wouldn't film. It wouldn't film for years. Just those those 7 minutes.
So they have this 2 or 3. Let me just say hello to everybody. I was able to get onto YouTube live, so we got 25 people in the YouTube and 66 people here in Zoom. Thank you very much for the support, for coming out and supporting Shekina and the show. So they have a 2 or 3 day event with David Wilcox. I know many other people that were there. Isabella Green was there. There was a whole bunch of people, and so they've got the video where everything but the 7 minutes that you're on with Kimberly.
Yes, hours. I mean, there's Andrew Collins. There were the ancient alien stars, which I don't know because I don't have TV and stuff like that. But those were there. They were recorded for hours. Yes, everyone except for just that 7 minutes.
That's phenomenal. That's. But look, we had. I think the first time. When was the first time we connected? I think it was last summer, and something happened, and I think it was Mother Mary, right? And then the second time Mother Mary came in, I was in New Jersey. And we've done several shows, and then when I got to Sedona, and I've got to get this tape out, this MP4, where we were halfway through. I'd been in Sedona like 1 or 2 days, and I was staying in West Sedona, and I said, Shekina, come over, let's do a Sedona Sunday service. Remember?
Yeah.
I never had done that with this equipment, and so for the first half of the show, I didn't have the sound right. And then I said, oh, I fixed it. I said, I fixed it. And you said, okay, I'm going to do a song or channel the harmonic light language of the rose colored ray, right? Or the mother, whatever. And as soon as you said that, and I turned the music on, that rose colored ray literally came in, and it's on film and you can't dispute it.
Yeah.
One of the two or three most incredible things that's ever happened on these shows, along the lines when Grace Solaris almost transcended at the end of a show and almost disappeared. But so it sounds like the same type of energy. So I'm just going to put it out there. If Morgan and I happen to get to Sedona, I'm sure we would know with some advance notice. We definitely need to bring the equipment and see if we can capture you and Kimberly, at least for more than 7 minutes, and do it live and see what happens. Maybe it didn't come through because your brother is supposed to connect with you again, with my two sisters there, and align and bring in the higher. Maybe they wanted us to do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yes. Well, that's
amazing though. That's
so sacred. It's so amazing, and I don't think everyone got it, of course, and that's okay, because it came through, and it was amazing to me too, because I'm like, all those people up there, they're 40 minutes, 15 minutes, and we have 7 minutes. We were cut short. We have 7 minutes, and that's what happened in 7 minutes. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're the headliner, or if you have the 10 minutes or the 7 minutes. It's all the frequency that you're bringing forth to those out to the world at that particular time. And that just kind of showed me how significant that it was when she says to me, well, there was phenomenon going on in that room when this all happened, when you were up there. Yeah. And it's just, I don't, something happened. The equipment, I don't know if the equipment could handle it. However, all of those people were there and absorbed it if they wanted it. And also, but it happened here in Sedona, and it happened through the vortex. Yeah. I mean, because, Kimberly and I always prepare, and we are always connected, and we're always connecting in, and we connect in with each other, and we mean it. We are on, and we're connecting in with the vortex. So this happened out through the whole entire vortex. Yeah. That particular frequency, and it's a higher it's a higher, I keep hearing this 5D thing. It's like our higher life bodies. It's like we're stepping into our higher life bodies.
Yeah.
You know, the thing about it is that it's wonderful. It's wonderful because, you know, it's like when I first connected in with the crystals. What these crystals started doing for me was making me feel wonderful, making me feel happy to be alive. I didn't quite get it until now, over a year later. This is a part of our crystalline, you know, blueprint. This is how we are supposed to live.
Yeah.
We're supposed to live like this. We are supposed to be this divine and powerful. Because the thing is there's more power. There's more divine power. Like I feel more divinely powerful because I am so connected, like with the water elements and understanding about our water and how our water and seeing the water. You know, because I go down and connect with the water all the time.
Yeah.
And seeing the water, feeling the water, what the water is, and who we are, what we've done to the water, and how what we're doing to our own water. Like we're not taking in pure living water.
Yeah.
We're not taking that in, and that's what we really need. I mean, pure alive living water will probably heal. Okay. Has the ability to heal most every disease. Pure living alive water disease.
And,
you know,
and,
that disease of you're disconnected and you have these whatever the symptom is, whatever the energy. I say disease, but whatever disharmonic energy that it is, because I believe in energetic Chinese medicine, because that makes the greatest sense to me. I don't believe in any uncured diseases. I don't believe in any of that because it doesn't exist. Because every disease that we've ever had, call it whatever you will, cancers or whatever, every single one has been cured.
Absolutely.
One person has done it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there isn't really any incurable diseases. That's an impossibility if you live on the planet. If you have it, then if that energy exists, there's another energy that holds the balance. That's how it is. Otherwise, this one could not exist. The other always exists. We just haven't found it yet. Just like a lot of the diseases, like a lot of the ones that we've had before, like polio, different things like that, they eventually find the cure.
Yeah.
They always will, because it's an energetic.
Someone's probably done it, but it just hasn't gotten out into the mainstream or into the Now, when you say living, living water, pure living water?
Yes, alive.
Alive, pure living alive water. Okay.
Yes.
Where do we find that? How do we obtain that? Can we alchemize tainted water? The majority of the water that we have available to us in our everyday lives, can we alchemize it? How do we ingest water that's alive, living water?
Excellent question. Perfect. Awesome. So I'm going to share with you a few ways.
Okay.
And what the Devas have been working with me and sharing with me. Now, I am going to show you some things that the Deva has instructed me, has shown me to make. And this is one. So I have created the copper, they're the copper wands. And in here one is, they're kind of likened to the Egyptian healing rods. But these, and the Egyptian healing rods, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they heal through, they have to be energized through pyramid. Okay. These have the actual crystals of Sedona and some of the water and some of the energies. This one is water, and it heals the water. Okay. It heals your own water. and it heals, makes the water living and alive.
Now, do you just attach that to the plumbing pipes, or what do you do with it?
Yeah, yes, I create these. So I create these with the Devas.
Wow.
And so inside is these are a technology that is using the crystals from Sedona, and particular crystals like this particular one, the Deva song wanted to use the white light crystals and only water. So this is only water and crystals in it, and here has a lot of other energies, but it's working more with grounding in the earth. So these are things that I use right now for my particular water and my divine connections. So you can use these. Or
now, is that hollow? Can I see can I see it from the side? Is that okay? So it's solid. Okay.
Yeah, it's solid.
So kind of like would you use it kind of like a wand, or how would you use it?
Yes. Well, for myself, like I use like this.
Okay.
Okay. I use it like on like my water.
Okay.
You can activate certain things. I use this actually to work with my frequency.
Okay.
To when I meditate, but this one is so high. I mean, literally, the Deva like completely connects with this, like puts her energy in this. I can't use it all the time because it's really such a high frequency. So I use these technologies. So I'm sharing this. Yes, you can get these if you want from myself. You can make them yourself. But what the Deva was telling me is that we have the power now. We have the full power to do this.
Yeah.
So I have water here, and they prefer. So I'll give you some procedures. I take my water of this bottle, and I put my hands on it, and I ask and intend that it becomes pure, living water and perfect for me to drink. Now, just saying that, I have energy through my hands. Now, I feel the Devas right now, right through me when I say that. Now, I'm also, so that's what you do with your water. I'm also will probably create some meditations free, just on YouTube, working with the crystals, working with the wands and the crystals and things, but that you can just do it yourself.
Yeah. Just
so you can have that information. If you want the crystals, if you want these, that's great. That's something else you can do as well. So what the Deva was telling me, and just please forgive me. Please listen to your own intuition.
Yeah.
Because we're getting into a little bit of territory when we talk about food or we talk about water, where people get our frequency, where people get really sensitive about it. So I'm just going to share what the Deva and what I'm connected with and what she told me. Okay, she preferred that I use a glass bottle. She did not prefer that I use plastic in any way.
Right.
Because if you put your hands on the plastic, if I put my hands on the plastic, then the energies will go in through the plastic and out into the water. She prefers water that is spring water.
Mm-hmm.
The highest spring water that's not contaminated as it is.
Yeah.
She was saying that, so the water that I got that she recommended was not alkaline. And I know alkaline is the really big deal. And people are getting alkaline water. Please listen to your own intuition, what you need. But I got reverse osmosis water. I went to the water store here.
Yeah.
And got the water in a glass bottle. And used my hands as I'm with the Deva, Crystal Deva, the song Deva, and shifted the energy. The water is pure living water now, and I like using my tools too. I mean, I like using this for my own water.
And that you came to. How did you make that? Who made that? I mean,
I made it.
You made that?
I made these a couple weeks ago because the Deva came in. Because this Deva song showed me to do this.
Oh, so this was a result. Was this a result of the 7 minutes? Or was
Yes.
this? Oh my
Yes.
God. So that was the result of the 7 minute, or one of the results of the 7 minutes.
Yes.
I know you very well. Okay. And you're a very intelligent woman. There's no doubt, but I don't think you have an engineering mind. You're you know, you're Shekina. So for you to actually, I mean, I know you've downloaded a lot of stuff. You know, you've even downloaded the harmonic light language, the pendants, the different things that you have. But this is that's phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Well, you know what? You know, I work with the sacred technologies. Now I make them pretty. You know, I make them pretty, like, you know, the star resonator.
Yeah.
And just because it comes to the sacred divine feminine, and these have all the technologies in it, and the crystals now, they're technologies. Now I work with the crystals, and the pendants is a sacred technology.
Yeah.
When this came, this seemed like natural and normal. I'm like, because and why I like these two is I'm starting to feel that I want to start to work on people in person.
Yeah.
Because something happens when you're with someone. I mean, I work on the phone, and it's great, and it's even more powerful. I mean, it just seems like it's more powerful. Working on the phone, there doesn't seem to be any distance when I work with a client.
Yeah.
However, with these, I'm feeling like there's places that you can use these on the body. You could go around the body. You can align someone else. You can use them as healing tools to work with other people as well, and even to another person. They were telling, like the Deva was telling me, that I could hold one end, another person could hold another end. And there would be a synergy. You make a connection, and there's a synergy that happens through you, like a higher synergy. I keep getting it,
almost
like a fifth dimensional higher frequency.
Yeah.
That will happen through two people that will hold them.
Like like a merging.
You can ask for the intention, and what they have told me about these crystals. You know, these crystals are so special because, you know, they come from the vortex. That they always maintain their energy. They will always be this energy. They're not going to change. They can uplift, but they're not going to be corrupted.
Yeah.
And I know that that's not information that we've normally had about crystals. Now, I don't know about all the other crystals.
Well, but
I know about these crystals.
I know you do. I know you know about them.
That's what I mean. They are part of me.
You know what I find really interesting now that you're sharing this with us, and thank you for that. I've been hearing the word technology, right? And I don't mean in my own transmissions. I mean in the work that I do. As people are talking, they're saying, you know, this face of the universe showed me this technology. And, you know, all this time we've been waiting for disclosure, and you just got back from that conference. I'm sure they talked about all that, you know, and it's all out there. It's like, you know, you think of technology and you think of like plasma rays and just, what is it? Anti-gravitational and magnetism and this. But I've noticed over the last few weeks, people talking about technology, and there's no motor to it. There's no, it's like these two wands that you have. I mean, it's a
technology.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is it's not all the bells and whistles. It's something right before our eyes that's actually activated with our intentions in alignment with our higher aspects, or the higher aspects, however you want to see that. I want to ask you, do you think this, now it was the Deva or the angel that came in that 7 minutes, right? Let me ask you first, what is a Deva? Because I'm a beginner here. What is a Deva? Is that a form of an angel?
Yes.
Okay.
A Deva is, yes.
Okay.
It's more with the earth, with the earth dimensions.
Okay.
It's in a realm of more of the earth, as of because I work also very closely with the Archangels.
Yeah.
And Sophia, and they're in a different range frequency. This is more of Earth.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I wanted to tell you, and thank you for tuning in and connecting about the technologies, because that's very important. With the technologies, what we're talking about is they're right, like here in front of us, and that's so true.
Yeah.
And there's many more beings that are being called to create this technology, and they already are creating this technology in various ways. The thing about this technology is that it works with the interdimensional fields.
Yeah.
You know, the technology works with the other interdimensional fields. Now, I get that and understand that very well. It's just like the UFOs, the spaceships. A lot of them work with this kind of technology that you and the ship are connected.
Yeah.
And your DNA is connecting in with a living light ship. It's a ship that's more alive. This is the same thing with these, because these have, they don't have the electricity, that kind of particular thing, but they're technology.
That's what I mean. It's like
it works with these realms, though. I mean, the Devas literally come in here.
Yeah.
Connect in here through the frequency. Like they're working with me.
Yeah.
They're literally, and they're working with you too. They're working with.
Yeah.
A lot of times, this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, a little bit.
But we didn't actually know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Our energetic fields have been being upgraded and worked on through the frequencies and through the higher beings, because they're kind of interceding, because we're a part of them, and we have to connect with them. That's ascension. It's not we're able to work with the interdimensions.
Yeah.
And by doing so, especially the elements, especially the crystals, our nature. It's like we did it one time. The Merlins and the sorcerers. That's it. It's extremely important. I mean, all of us being worked on. So a lot of times we'll be hearing these noises in our ears. We're hearing these buzzing noises, clicking noises. We're hearing all these frequency resonant tones and vibrations, and we're not for sure like what's going on. A lot of times what's happening is our God, like one of our highest guides, or so I'm here, a member from our team will be interceding and working on your field to assist with the frequencies, to assist with the alignments.
Yeah.
That's what's happened. It's what I'm experiencing is not only I'm collectively working together, and I love it. I'm collectively working together with actual people, because part of the ascension process and part of the Blue Ray symptoms and what I would share, or what I'll say, is that we're working with. It's got to be. It's being done through other people.
Yeah.
It's being done through the collective. Where it's not only I like, for myself personally, I am working with an actual person.
Yeah. And
we are working at this higher level. Because of it, working at a higher level, I'm working with, not only am I working with the Devas and the fairies, the High Angelic Devas, and now working with the water and that kind of thing.
The water.
I'm working with the crystals.
You're still working with the snakes?
I'm not working with the snakes. I'm working with Christos.
No, I
I'm
just.
working with Christos. I'm working with Archangel Michael.
Oh yeah.
I'm working with, and I'm talking really head on personally, like.
No, I know you. I know you personally.
Sophia. So so we're working as a collective.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's really important, and each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Actual personal being connected with you, because at that conference, I think that's why that all happened, because there was such powerful. We all came together.
Co-creation.
There was all these people. This wonderful co-creation, and here I am with Kimberly, and Kimberly is a sound frequency alchemist. She is phenomenal.
She's a Sylph. She's a Sylph.
She's a Sylph. She's a
butterfly angel.
She's
a powerful.
She's powerful.
She's as powerful as almost really. I mean, that's y'all. Yeah, I wanted to ask you a couple of things. One, just as a quick answer, but that I get the impression that what came through you, and having seen you actually do this several times in person, okay, but it sounds like that 7 minutes, that was like a really high aspect of you coming in. I mean, like I could actually see it. I don't know if that's what happened, but I mean, it just crossed my mind to mention that. The other thing that you are talking about earlier at the top of the show, you were saying you didn't know ascension was going to be like this. And knowing that you have worked very closely, like a lot of people, when they start to communicate with the universe, it's a white light galactic being, or it's an archangel, or it's a divine essence that we're familiar with the name, like a Kuan Yin or that type of thing. And I know you're like that, and because I know your history. But it's when you made that comment that I didn't know it was going to be like this, it sounds like what you're experiencing maybe as a precursor to the rest of us or the masses, is that the elementals are becoming very, very visible and involved with our transition that we're calling ascension. What's your thoughts on that?
Yes. Todd, it has to be. We are, it's like I am a part, those crystals are a part of me. Mm. Okay, Todd, what do you think we are?
Yeah.
We don't even sometimes get who we are, because sometimes to survive, we drink the water. To survive, we breathe the air. To survive, we eat and partake of the food, and we partake of the animals. To survive, we partake of the light that comes through the foods, that comes through the elements.
Yeah.
We are surviving through them, Todd, basically. And I feel what's so vitally important is like, that's so essential.
Yeah.
It's so essential in taking back our power.
Yeah.
And it's almost, I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that with me, because I'm hearing it's easier than we think.
Yeah, I agree.
It's easier than we think that way, because we become these higher enlightened 5-dimensional beings. But really all that is what I understand. It's more of our true divine original blueprint, and our alignment and attunement with, like, all of this, the interdimensions and creation. Now through that is amazing. I mean, like, the Blue Rays that I work with, and I'm a Blue Ray, and I'm an ultra-sensitive empath. That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
Because that's how I do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because I am resonating at all these levels, and I'm able to tune into that. And where does that attunement and all that comes from? It comes from the sacred divine feminine.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the sacred divine feminine before we get off. If you want to finish what you're talking about, I don't want to interrupt you, but I've been wanting to ask you on that subject, but we can come back to it when you're done.
Well, there's a lot to share. We didn't get into this time, and we'll probably need to make another time
I think we definitely need to.
to share like
Because
all these
yeah,
symptoms and different things like that.
but I mean, but this general intel is really good, and actually, there's some very specific stuff in here, and we do need to get together again. We've got 65 people in the Zoom room and 45 people on YouTube. And let me remind everybody, when we come out with our site, we'll be simulcasting or streaming at the same time on Facebook, YouTube, if they allow us, which I'm sure the universe will allow, and our own site as well, and actually a Zoom room too, which is probably just one and the same thing. So this is a gift, Shekina, that we had these problems. I'm able to see what we're headed for as Soulogy makes a transition to have that type of a broadcast delivery. There's some questions piling up. We definitely need to get together again, because we're not going to be able to cover everything. But there's two comments that were made in and a question, and then I have a question about the divine feminine, sacred divine feminine, that has been such a blessing for me with Morgan, my sisters, beloved sisters like yourself, and of course Direct. I want to touch that. I want to see what your perspective is on it. But there's a couple of comments here. The one's from YouTube, Tanil Bakana. She says, the angels, humans, and elementals will join in 5D. That is the blueprint. Then Annie Zumo, our friend who was on last week, she is in the Zoom room. She says, Devas are the architects of form. They hold the pattern or form from all living, growing things on the planet, mineral, plant, animal, and the elements. The nature beings build the plants, animals, etc. by channeling the patterns and architecture they receive from the Devas. In essence, the nature beings are the builders for the architectures. They carry out the blueprint of the Deva. That sounds to me like the masculine and feminine. And I want to get into that question, but that sounds to me like the nature beings are the builders of the masculine, and the Devas are the vision of the divine sacred feminine. What did I leave out? Okay, so I wanted to ask you.
That's excellent.
And then there was
whoever wrote that. It's
Annie Zumo. Yeah, Annie Zumo. She's our sister. She was on last week, and she's on every few weeks. And then we had, and we don't have to address this yet, and always do what you want to do, but and Angela Dwell, can't you sing something here today? Love the energy. Before you make any decisions or before you say anything, I have to be selfish here. I think it's good intel for everybody. What's your take on? I mean, we've had several several shows, excuse me, and we've talked about what's going on right now. We've talked about how the sacred feminine landed, and all the things that you've offered to us, and how the masculine, we needed. Remember that one time we did that show, and you were appealing to the masculine. You were almost in tears. Now we've got to a point now where it seems like there's an energy available for all of us, and that is that sacred masculine over the last couple of months or whatever, that's really rooted, and available to us. What's going on now? Now that that energy of him has kind of arrived to fully support the feminine energy, what has that done to the divine sacred feminine? Where is that energy at now, and what do you see going on with it in terms of, I guess I'm going to use the term leadership, power, truth, mission? I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Can you work with that quasi question I just posed at you? Yes,
and so I'll share it from my own experience. So I've experienced that. I want to say that it doesn't always, the twin flame energies and the support of the male is not always showing up in our old 3D paradigm.
Yeah.
That's how I'll say. So be a little bit more open. And I had to be a little bit more open for that to occur in my own life.
Yeah.
And
almost like a fear. Was there almost, I know when I met you and we had some personal conversations, I was almost, and I think as a representation, and I really wasn't speaking of incarnated feminine and masculine, but now that we're talking about this, when I met you, and not just you, and this was in Sedona, there was 3 or 4 or 5 sisters I met. And I heard what I'd always heard, which was, I wish you guys would hurry up, straighten up. But the other thing that I saw, and also with my relationship with Morgan too, is, again, I'm not talking about anyone specifically. I'm talking about an energy, or maybe let me just say it this way. What I saw was, because of the history, because of the ancestral, because of the conditioning, because of the history of the earth, whatever it is, there was a suppression, obviously, but almost like a fear of the masculine energy, because of what had happened, because of what's happened, which is understandable. I'm just wondering, on a collective level, it seems to me that because that masculine energy has now become available, that it's going to spur, and maybe it already has occurred, spur that feminine energy, even in a broader sense, almost like he came up to her level, and then, what happens now? Do we just hit an equilibrium, or do we start a dance of one pulling the other up, as some people have described?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I will agree that has happened, and I want to share about this. So I think we don't realize, and I'm beginning to realize, that you are so much more important than you realize, and the effects that you have. Because it's not taking, I'm just going to say, it's not taking a ton of us. It's not taking a ton of us for this to occur, this shift to occur.
Yeah.
So what I've seen is that now there's more of an emergence. It's almost like I didn't want to talk about this, but it's almost what's happening is we're the Flash.
Ah.
We're the Flash, and
yeah.
So it's male and female. A lot of us are coming together in such a way that we're literally creating a Flash and the universes.
I got you.
And it's not, it's not as hard as we think it is, because it's about our own journey.
Yeah.
And that energy gets dispersed out, and it is true. So I see us working, I see more, but I still see women needing to express themselves.
Yes.
And the importance of that. Just the other day, I was with a group, some women, and one of them was leaving, and the one woman was like, I've got to do this. I've been wanting for so long to sing, and sing it like through the Sage Woman, these particular songs, and that's her calling. And like I looked at her and I was like, yes. I was just like, and she knew it. She's like, that's my sacred divine feminine, and that's what it's calling me to do. And I was like, yes, that's what you need to do, because she was working for someone else, and she was much more restricted. So I'm seeing the continuation of whatever that it is that you're needing to express, whatever the creations are.
Yeah.
And they change too. They're going to be changing the expression. But I'm also seeing that it's happening not by yourself anymore. It's always going to be a collective, and you're going to be surprised. The old twin flame. That's how I'm going to say it. The old kind of twin flame, soulmate kind of thing. That can that can sometimes inhibit us
Yeah.
from really reaching glorious states of the divine and experiencing that support, that male and female support.
Yeah.
Because there's something that is happening between us. So I just see the continuation. However, okay, wait a minute. I hear, oh yeah, oh wow. Okay, so I hear that the divine feminine. I don't use this kind of word, but I'm going to say it. I probably would never say this word, but because of all the work, surrender, acceptance, courageous, and love, that the sacred divine feminine is being exalted, and it's been uplifted. This is what I hear from the Deva, and it's been uplifted. So so now we have a platform. So like we didn't really have a really great platform before. It's like now we have this platform. So a foundation.
Yeah.
A greater support.
See, that's
it.
There's the gold. There's the gold. I got chills big time. I got chills.
Like,
that's worth. Oh my God. That's yeah, I'm getting that. And that's what I was looking for. Not that I knew the answer, because I don't, I'm I mean, it just popped in, it's intuitive. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but I just thought, well, and I think that does explain it. I think what's happened is energetically that platform is there. So that means, what did you say? She's exalted now. So there's like you said, it doesn't take a lot, but there's enough. Let's just say there's maybe put this way, there's enough masculine energy supporting the sacred feminine now, that there is a real viable energetic platform in the divine holy matrix. And now she is, like your friend you're talking about, now she, the divine sacred feminine is standing up and knowing, confidently trusting, being supported, and therefore that just makes it that much more powerful. There's no reservation. They're standing up, and or the energy of her is standing up, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes, that energy is happening through the Blue Ray. We don't have a lot of time to talk about it now, because I won't be able to stay on too much longer. But that's happening. I've noticed through the Blue Ray. The Blue Ray has been shifting, and we are becoming like more of our colors. We're tuning to more of our colors now. More of the rays of creation. I know that's happening with me, and that's never happened with me. Now I still have to wear blue all the time. All I want to do is wear blue. However, I'm like working with the gold ray now, and the gold ray makes sense to me. Now I'm always going to be a blue ray, and we're going to continue all the blue rays, the ultra-sensitive empaths. We're going to continue to work to the sacred divine feminine. We still need to work through her, and that's how it is. But we're getting more of our rays are coming online, more of our colors and more of our rays, and so more empowerment, more frequency. The gold ray, the green ray, the violet ray, the blue, the rose ray, the fuchsia rays, the indigo rays, of course. There's more the red rays, and I love this, and the rainbow ray.
Rainbow ray.
The rainbow. So there's going to be a lot of information that's actually coming through the rainbow, and kind of different information or connections that have come forth from the past about the rainbow, or how the rainbow people were. I mean, the rainbow. There was like rainbow people, but there's more about the rainbow happening. Like like the rainbow body. That is happening.
Very cool. And can you just back up for 1 second? Just give us a brief because I've never thought about it, but you said the blue rays work through the divine sacred feminine.
Yes, absolutely.
That makes total sense to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, do you know, or do you have any feeling on the other rays? Is everything in this experience that we're having? I would even go to so far to say in every realm, but I don't know. That's just my own. That we are all the rays are working through the sacred divine feminine.
Yes. However, like if you are a red person and you're a warrior, you're a warrior first.
Yeah.
And everything that comes through you is going to come through the warrior way first.
Yeah.
So your ray that you came in is going to determine your characteristics and the way that you express yourself.
Yeah.
And how your path comes. And okay, so they're telling me yes.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yes, across
I'm not
the board.
saying I know everything, but I've this information.
Divine feminine, because it's
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm getting yes. Trying to explain it. I can't all explain it, but I just got it. I get it.
Yeah.
Because that vibration is so needed.
Yeah.
That every ray really needs to work through that, and a lot of it's through their own personal journey.
Yeah.
And their reactions, the relationships, really important. The relationships, however it be, relationships to themselves.
Yeah, it only makes sense. Yeah. To me, it only makes sense. Yeah. God, that was another one. That was another one. God, this is good. I love getting together with you.
Yeah.
All right. So we've. I know I don't want to keep you all night. I know you turn into a pumpkin. I learned that. I wasn't going to keep you out late a couple of nights in Sedona till about 10 maybe, but anyway, we appreciate your time and we love you, Shekina. Is there anything that you want to do regardless of what's been asked? If you want to do a blessing, a healing, a channeling, harmonic light language, or just say anything to everybody, whatever you want to do, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Well, I'll just bring in the blessing of, I know that there are two things that I'm going to be working towards, and that's with the selves, and that's with the upliftment of our thoughts. It's so important. It's so important, Todd, truly, that we have the highest thoughts. And we can do that, and we have support. So we'll probably work with that, because there's many beings. We need to affect the whole consciousness. And we are regardless. And because there's many beings out there that are having problems with their thoughts. And their thoughts are causing them to leave the planet before their time. And so that is what I will work on. And this is what I'm going to say to you, okay? This is what I'm going to say to everyone, is that I know this may sound a little intense. However, this may help you. Every single thing that you do, every single thing that you think is recorded. It's a history. Now, a little bit in the future, we're going to have a technology where we can start to get those recordings from glass, from a particular period of time. We're going to be able to go through into a particular period of time and get that particular piece, that dimension. So that may help you to understand that your whole entire life is recorded. Yeah. It's a book.
Yeah.
It's in the Akashi. Okay?
Yeah.
And so your thoughts matter, because your thoughts affect everybody, and especially where you're at. If you're in a city, then you're affecting all of those thoughts.
Yeah.
And we really need to be mindful of our thoughts. We need a little bit of an upliftment of our thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I'll call in the high Devic realms of the Sylphs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also just being in joy.
Yeah.
Just allowing yourself some a little bit more freedom, and coming back into the present moment, which is not always easy to do. But coming into the present moment and being as grateful as you possibly can. That can help you being as grateful as you possibly can. And giving gratitude and praise for what you have, like right here and now. That can help you be in the present moment, and that can just shift the thoughts. Okay? And so I do call in the Sylphs, the High Angelic Devas, and to clear any thought forms from yourself, and clear any thought forms that has ever been with you ever, that has not serving your highest and greatest good for your path now. To clear those, transform those thought forms to a higher energetic energy of a divine light. And to remember your true essence. She's here with us. The Deva is here with us. And she'll be with you. And she'll work with you. So just ask, because everything is enlightened and supporting your empowerment of where and who you are and what needs to happen. So just please ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, in the Zoom room, when people raise their hand, I have no idea what that means. So, we have a friend who is in the last couple of months become a part, as you are, of this energy we call Soulogy, who actually dreamt about you 3 or 4 years ago and reached out to you. But if you're like me, you never can get to messages. So, but I'll introduce y'all. And
okay.
Yeah, I'll introduce y'all. And I look forward to getting together with you again. I'll just put it out there, since we have such a difficult time trying to get in touch with each other, because I'm a late nighter and you're an early riser, and now I'm behind you 3 hours. So, but yeah, as we get closer in an alignment, universally speaking, in the divine timing, and we're able to I didn't know that was coming. And we're able to roll this out and bring to the world what we've been working on. Would love for you to be a part of it. if it's over a weekend, we have a targeted weekend now, but I don't want to talk about it. But
Okay.
next month, would love for you to be part of the initial few hours of programming.
That sounds good.
Because
That sounds good.
Yeah, because you've been a big part of our expansion, and so we love you and appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I know it's been, but I got to tell you, we've had.
They get a hold of me. Can you tell them if they want to get a hold of me, where they can get a hold of because I put out a lot of beautiful videos for my service from this place. So Shekina Rose on YouTube and ShekinaRose.com for services. If you just, and sometimes even looking at the crystals and the pendants can empower you and give you an alignment.
Yeah, I was going to get to that for sure. You know, I mean, look, I mean, this year is all about co-creation and supporting each other, and that's where the magic occurs. So, you know, ShekinaRose.com, Shekina's all, you know, on Facebook. You got 2 or 3 different pages, plus your personal page. She's not hard to find. Google it. But there's a lot of stuff on her sites that are tools and great tools that, you know, for those of you who don't know Shekina's story, she's been on this path, I believe, in Sedona since what, 2008, 2009, something like that?
2008 is when the Blue Ray information, the download came, and I moved here for the, I was here on the 11/11.
11/11.
That's when I came. That's when I moved here, was 11/11.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, you've been on this struggle a long time. Yeah. And so you've got, you know, the CDs, you've got the pendants, which really it's not, jewelry isn't the right term. And then you have these new technologies you're coming up with. There's just a lot of good information, you know, and also in the spirit of supporting each other. So we'll be seeing you soon on camera, and hopefully sometime later this year, Morgan and I can make a little run to Sedona. And I just feel that. I've been saying that for months, but I feel like that we're supposed to be there. And actually Shasta, you know, we're not far.
Shasta, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we should all have like a little rendezvous. We should have that other person from Delaware come too. If you come, then we should have that person.
I've been telling that person, every time that person sends me a message, I say, go west, young man, go west.
If you come in town, that person's got to come too. We've got to connect. We've got to all connect together.
Well, yeah, and that's what I said. I think there'd be some foresight to it and enough time, you know, rather than do it Todd style at the last minute, you know, maybe have it 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks notice, and we could pull a few people together and have a powerful, unique a gathering there in the powerful Sedona.
Gathering. I'm feeling that intimacy. Now I don't want to do any more I'm not probably doing any gatherings for a while because I was in a couple, and now I got to go into the space.
I don't mean like those type of gatherings. I mean like a very unique one, kind of like what we did, you know, in the Sunday service, and maybe have a few more people, or what we did in the yoga studio, you know, something like that. That was cool.
More intimate. I'm craving more intimate connections with people. You know, these large groups and that, it's fine, and I was grateful to be part of it. An amazing thing happened to me. I feel very, very blessed and honored. But I'm feeling that true connection with another human being and what we're sharing and what's happening. And what's coming through us for each other, because there's activations, that's happening when we need each other's presence.
Absolutely. And I think the word intimate is the right word. And that's what I was referring to.
Yes, I love it.
Because to be honest with you, and you know, I enjoy the opportunity to cover the conferences or events or whatever, but I really don't care for that format at all. I just don't. I feel like that's just my opinion. It's just you know, the universe continues to tell me whatever worked before is not going to work where you're going.
Yes.
So I feel like we have to come up with new creative ways, and you know, I think it'll happen. So listen, we love you. We've taken enough of your time. Thank you so much. Tell Kimberly hi.
I
and
will.
Anyone else yeah, and you take care. And we'll
say
see
hello
you.
to Morgan. I'm so happy you guys are together.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you're in that wonderful place.
Yeah.
Because it's supporting you. We're in our right places.
Yeah, I know. We really are. And thank you. And I'll tell her that. I'll see her in just a second. All right. You take care. We'll see y'all later. We'll be back in 45 minutes. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know if Facebook's going to let us on, but we'll be back with Am McManus for the last show of the day in 45 minutes. Zoom room, YouTube. If Facebook doesn't work, just look for us. You'll find us. Bye-bye, Shekina. You take care.
Bye, Todd.
From the heart. All right. See you later. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.